Hey jelly babes, welcome back to my channel. So I have got a stamping toolkit from Aimeili that I'm going to be sharing with you today. Again, this is something new because most of the time I've only ever sort of tried out their polishes. So this is what's inside. So you've got a cuticle protector, a stamper, very basic stamper, kind of takes me back to when I was starting out with stamping, and two stamping plates. Let me just look. All right, okay, so obviously I must have just been sent like a sample because there should have been 5 stamping plates, 2 stampers, one of them should have been clear, and 2 scrapers, which I haven't got anything of. But never mind, I'm going to show you this stamping sort of kit anyway. So these are the 2 plates. It's quite different. One's like flowery and outdoorsy. Well, I suppose they're all outdoorsy, but it's just one's more sort of flower themed. So I'm just going to clean this off because it came and it was quite dusty. So I've just got a lint roller and then that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to see if it'll stamp that way. I might have to do some prep with it. It is quite a firm stamper, and firm stampers are not particularly my favourite. I prefer them to be a little bit more soft and squishy. And I think clear jelly stampers have like completely spoilt me now. Like, I struggle to stamp unless it's with a clear jelly stamper, but I'll give it a go. So you need to remove the blue film before stamping. So I'm going to take that off both of the plates now. And the nice rounded edges, so it's not going to come across sharp, even though it hasn't got like a plastic casing. It doesn't seem to be branded. So there you go. I'm going to put this here just so you can have a quick look at the images. So you've also got a rarity. I'm actually going to stamp these onto my own nails. So I'm going to be applying this beautiful Beauty Big Bang. It's actually a stamping polish, and the reason why I'm using it is because obviously stamping polish will dry quite quickly. That's what I'm sort of hoping for, because obviously I'm used to gels where you put it in your lamp for 1 minute and it's bone dry. But this is such a gorgeous colour anyway. I have put a base on. And I think it was a Born Pretty one. I think that's the only sort of normal sort of base and top coat that I've got. So I'm just going to continue to apply this polish now. So that's the nails all done. I'm only going to put 1 layer on because it seems like it's pigmented enough. But I quite like it actually. It's applied nice and smooth. So now I'm going to put on this sort of liquid latex. If you've got an allergy to latex, then please don't use this product because it will cause an allergic reaction. So it seems to have a nice consistency. It's not too thick, it's not too thin, and it doesn't have any nasty smells or anything like that. Sometimes they can smell a bit strong, a bit like of ammonia, whereas it hasn't got any of that at all, which I was really pleased with. So I'd suggest that you apply this probably quite thickly, just so it's, you know, you're going to be able to grab onto something once it's dry. So on the box it does tell you some instructions, so you allow it to dry for 90 to 120 seconds. Be careful what you do with your fingers because it will stick together. So I'm just going to get going now and get the first swatch. So actually I didn't expect this to pick up, but also it has picked up, but it's kind of done like a double of it. So I'm just going to use a lint roller and take this off and kind of restamp it, see if I can get a clearer image. And that was kind of like the best that I got. Sorry, I don't know what happened to the footage. I thought I had recorded it. So what I'm going to do is just lightly buff the stamper. I remember having to do this when way back when I started stamping, probably about 4 years ago, whereas a lot of stampers nowadays don't really need that. I mean, this might not have needed it. I'm just trying it to see whether I get a better pickup. So there you go. So I'm going to place it straight on the nail. And that's much better. I wouldn't say it's particularly dead crisp or dead sharp, but it has gone onto the nail. So I'm just going to try and get a mix of these cute images. Please excuse the fact that I probably haven't lined this up very well at all. I just don't know what I'm doing. I'm literally stamping in the dark. So I'm trying to do it best as again. Like I say, clear jelly stampers have completely spoilt me. So I'm going to get this image here. So that actually picked up really well. And I kind of just about managed to get the web on it. And then for the pinky finger, I'm just going to take this bit of lace. So to be fair to the stamping plates, they are really well etched, especially when I was cleaning them off. Like, it was kind of almost shredding the cotton. It was that well etched. I just think the stamper's kind of letting it down. So let's try this out. So that's peeled off real nicely. So, you know, the the liquid latex has worked really, really well. And as you can see, there's like hardly any cleanup whatsoever. But having said that, like, the images weren't that big, so there wasn't a lot of like excess polish. And this is something that you have to be careful of, making sure that you don't put it in the cuticle area. And I'm just going to do a bit of a quick cleanup before I go ahead and apply the top coat. So I'm actually applying a normal top coat now, and I was actually really impressed with this. It's a Born Pretty one, and it was meant to be a no smudge one, and it lived up to its word. It didn't smudge the image at all, which I was really, really pleased about. And this is what it looks like, although that probably doesn't really tell you anything, but that's the one that I used. So like I say, I think like the plate itself is really good, really well etched. For the next one, I'm going to use a different stamper, one that I'm more comfortable with. So to show off how good the liquid latex is, I'm actually going to do a sponge gradient onto my own nails. And do you know what? It's so weird doing this on camera. I'm so used to doing it the other way on my like pop stick kind of things. But it was quite nice doing it a bit different. Like I said, I don't get much chance to do my own nails on here. So I'm just showing you the colours that I am using. So kind of trying to use like summery colours. So I'm just going to pop the music on now while I do the rest of the gradients. So to smooth all of this out, I'm going to put a layer of top coat on and allow that to dry before I move on to the stamping part. So this is the other plate, and like I said, I'm just going to take some different images off here. So this has actually got some real pretty images on it. Like, I love the butterfly and like the swirly sort of flowers. So how much better is that using a stamper that I'm more comfortable with, and I can actually see where I need to stamp. So I'm going to pick up this image here, which I think is meant to be like flowers, like roses. So again, this plate, it's well etched, it's picking up the images nice. Like I say, this is a Beauty Big Bang clear jelly stamper, and it's picking up the images really, really well. So that's the final image there, and I actually really like it. I think it's real cute. So before I attempt to peel it off, I'm kind of trying to break the seal of it, just in case there was one. And I will apologise in advance, this is the worst peel off ever. I think what I should have done is actually, once I'd done the gradient, peeled it off and then reapplied it again for the stamping. Because obviously the first time I peeled this off, it just came straight off. So I think it kind of like dried too long on the nail. And yeah, it really just did not want to come off. Don't worry, I will put you out your misery. I'm not going to show you each single one. So like I finally got it off in the end. And then it did kind of make clean up a little bit more difficult because it was kind of stuck around the cuticle. So do you know what? When I did this, I thought hats off to you ladies that regularly upload videos here, doing videos on your own nails, like nail art on your own nails. There's a lot of work involved in that. So that is me done. So yeah, I'm fairly impressed with this. I wouldn't particularly use the stamper again. It's just not my style at all. I was really impressed with this liquid latex. I love the fact that it didn't have any horrible smells. And it did, other than that last one, it did peel off quite well if I didn't allow it to kind of like stay on for too long. And the stamping plates themselves, like I have said multiple times, they are really well etched. They seem good quality plates. And obviously there's 3 other plates that are out there with this set, but I just got 2 that sent out for you. So I'd love to know your feedback on this, Jelly Babes. Is this something that you would invest in? And here are just some photos that I took of the designs that I've done, and I don't know, maybe you can get a bit of a better look at them. So thank you so much for sending these to me, Aimeili. All details on where you can purchase these will be in the description box below, I think, as well, with like a 10% discount code. So thank you so much for watching, Jelly Babes, and take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.